I went to AirVenture Oshkosh in 2023. I entered a trivia contest almost by accident. I met a lovely couple, Jamie and Zeba. Together, we managed to win a set of flying eye sunglasses. They're made for pilots. They have the super thin side bows. They go underneath your headset. This series of videos is going to talk about them, but this video is going to talk about the trivia contest, which was sponsored by AOPA.
The Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. It's a fantastic advocacy group and they provide a lot of services. If you're a pilot, you should absolutely be a member.
And was hosted by BroPilots. I hope you enjoy our explanation of the trivia contest.
We met at AirVenture Oshkosh on Wednesday. High Maintenance Chels, who was also at the trivia event. And that's how I found out about it, because she posted it on Instagram. I had no idea the audience was going to be participating in this at all.
Right, yeah.
We also did not know.
I was assuming that this was going to be like a panel show.
I literally asked him, I said, we're not going to have to participate, right? And he said, no, we're just watching other people, influencers answer the question.
So you guys got there before me, and you picked Just Plain Crazy as the team name.
Yeah.
I saw the two of you sitting there. So I said, hey, can I join you? I believe the first question was, Chuck Yeager named 2 or 3 of the aircraft that he flew in the Air Force after his wife. That was Glamorous Glennis. What was the predecessor to the FAA?
Yes, I do remember that one. Administration or something like that.
Yeah, I believe we got that one wrong.
Yes.
What did the Air Force used to be called?
Yes, I do remember that one.
I think just by people yelling at them from the crowd, I think they accepted a second answer, which was ours.
Right. I want to say we guessed U.S. Army Air Corps, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I have written down Army Air Corps. Yeah, enough people yelled Army Air Corps. Yes, that is really an acceptable answer that they said, oh, okay, all right, fine.
They did that a few times where they yelled out and saying, hey, you made a mistake. You need to accept this. And they did.
Yeah, I think a few people went online and verified after the fact.
Our largest aircraft to ever fly. We all both thought it was Antonov something. I believe we guessed Tu-144. It was actually the Tu-225. First jet-powered passenger airliner had a fatal engineering flaw. What was it? I believe it was square windows.
Yes, yes.
I know you got the other 2 questions in this section because one of them was Tomahawk.
Oh yeah, which what was the nickname of the Piper Tomahawk?
First multi-axis or something autopilot. And I think we got that one right. I guessed Sperry. There's a question about the most produced bomber in World War II. I think we got that one right. I had assumed the obvious answer was B-17. And the other part of the question was it served in multiple theaters. I figured it had to be something later. It had to be long range enough to be able to be used in the Pacific. Late World War II bombers, it's going to be the B-24, 25, 26. Mm-hmm. B-24 is the only 4-engine one. It's probably the only one that's got the range. There was a question about the helicopter in Vietnam that was called the Huey.
Oh yeah. The Bell something Iroquois, I believe it was.
And then the last question in the third section was the one about the Thunderbirds. And they said, and you get 1 point for every one, and there were 6 possible answers.
Right.
What I think they said. I think we got 2 out of the 6. After the third round, we were tied for second place.
I think they said at this point they started separating out the influencers from us normal people,
which I think is fair.
Their own category, and so we tied. We were not one of the influencers, and we were then tied for first once they got rid of them.
Oh, that was done dynamically during it, you think? Yeah.
Oh, they started halfway through. They were like, "Hey, maybe we should start splitting up."
That totally makes sense. So we were competitive, but not. Probably not first. One of those big teams of influencers.
I think Mr. Aviation 101, his whole team just did better than us for the whole thing.
But which is fine. Hitters on that team.
Which is fine. I would not, given the number of ANPs and CFIs and
whatever, it was nice that they let us. I mean, not that I had a chance anyway, but let us win because we couldn't compete with them. Yeah.
That's okay. All right, that's cool.
We were in the normal category.
4. So it was aviation and media. Matthew Broderick plays a character that teaches a chimpanzee or something to fly an airplane.
Oh, yep, something like to that effect, yeah.
And we guessed the Cessna 172, which was wrong. In the original movie Top Gun, Maverick and Goose talk about a truck driving school.
Yes.
What is the name of the truck driving school?
I was clueless. I still don't.
And I wrote that one down and I held it out to you and I said, I'm sure about this one.
Yeah. And every single person came up to us and said, how did you know the answer to that?
One of the hosts, when we went up to get the thing, the host was like, how did you know that?
It's keen attention to detail right there.
And I said, the soundtrack that you were playing music from when people were walking in, the Top Gun soundtrack is the first piece of music that I actually ever bought.
Oh, nice.
So yes, I did just know that.
That's
it was
cool.
Truckmasters. And so when they were tallying the answers at the end, the guy sort of looked out into the crowd and he said, okay, does anyone think they know this? They answered to this one. And I put up my hand and he asked me to shout it out. And I said, Truckmasters. He kind of looked at me. The next one was about the Aviator. What role does Leonardo DiCaprio play? The gimme was Howard Hughes. The obscure one was, okay, who plays Katharine Hepburn? In my head, I'm thinking that is a completely impossible casting call.
Right.
I mean, this was somebody who was just enormous, the sort of person that knew presidents, somebody who's incredibly famous and incredibly beautiful and just a force of nature on her own. How do you do that casting call? There is just, and that's what's running through my brain and thinking, who would you put in that role? And then the only thing my brain jumped to was Cate Blanchett played Galadriel in The Lord of the Rings. Looked at you, Ziba, and I said, don't write this down. It's impossible. All I can think of is Cate Blanchett. And you said, we got to write down something. It doesn't hurt us.
Yeah. Right. Nobody had anything better.
So,
and that was the wild card one.
And then there was a question about Iron Eagle, which we didn't get right either. So yeah, we went up, we got the glasses.
I wanted to meet
Lainey from Fly Me to the Fun.
Yeah, because
From
she
what?
needs to be a teacher as well.
From Fly Me to the Fun.
Oh, really? Okay, that's not somebody I know. I'll have to look her up. That's cool.
Yeah, Fly Me to the Fun.
They're very nice people.
It definitely helped meeting people that we were the winners. They were,
We did have some sort of status at that point. So
talking point to start us off.
I hope you enjoyed Jamie and Ziba and I talking about the trivia contest. Thanks for AOPA for putting on this contest. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for Flying Eyes for donating the prize. Thanks for High Maintenance Chels for mentioning this in your stream. I'm glad we found out about it. The next couple of videos will be about the Flying Eyes sunglasses themselves and me flying with them. Please subscribe if you want to see my other videos where I try these out. Take the chance to get new gadgets and to increase your capabilities and never stop figuring stuff out.